Hey guys and girls, my name's Alan and today I have another gameplay commentary for you. Again, it's Black Ops 3 and this time we're playing a bit of TDM on the map Fringe. Now, I've noticed a little bit of a pattern. Well, for starters, fourth week in a row by the way, gameplay commentary, so can I get a pat on the back for that? What was I saying? So yeah, I noticed that in the previous video I did a kill confirmed on the map Fringe, and then before that I had a demo game on Aquarium, and before that I had I think, was it a TDM on Aquarium or something like that? It was, let me just double check. Yeah, it was a domination game on Aquarium. So it seems like I've gone double Aquarium and double Fringe. I did think about mixing up the order just so you could see some different maps, but I feel just because it's quite early in the game, so it's obviously it's a progression of how I'm playing and the weapons I'm using and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be best if I just left it in order, even though you will see the same maps double up. But I guarantee the next gameplay commentary will be a different map. I've already picked it out. I know what I'm going to do. Well, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I know what gameplay I'm going to cover. So it won't be the same map or the same game mode, I will tell you that much. So as you saw there, the little bit at the start, I sped up a little bit because nothing much was happening, and here I just get a two-piece on these two noobs who, I don't know, I guess they didn't see me in that corner as they came through the window, but I mean they should have done better sweeping the corners. There were two of them after all. I mean, my teammate did get taken out. People like cheeky little sniper kill there. Now, the sniping in this game is quite hard. I haven't done a lot of sniping yet, but from what I've experienced of it, there's not a lot of aim assist at all. Some people say there's a tiny bit, some people say there isn't any. I'm leaning towards there's a tiny bit, but it's very, like, it's easy to miss. You can't tell the aim assist is there. It's nothing like, you know, Modern Warfare 2 or anything like that, where it was so obvious that there was aim assist on some of the kills you get. In this one, if you land a shot, the chances are you're pretty much on target anyway. And if you didn't get a shot, then you weren't on target. It's as simple as that. There are occasions where, like, if you are sort of like, there's been one or two situations where in CQC I've done like a quick turn or something, and I've just got like a no scope, and that's probably down to aim assist. But then again, I might have just got lucky with the shot or something. So anyway, more about that in future gameplays when I actually do some sniping. So in this game I'm using the Man of War again, but as you can see I now have the red dot sight and silencer attached onto it. So I've already talked about a little bit the Man of War in the previous game, I think, or the game before that. No, in the last game. And the Man of War is a nice strong weapon. You know, it's got decent damage, decent accuracy, and all its attributes are quite good. Apart from the fact it's got a slow rate of fire. So it's one of those weapons where it shines in certain situations more so than it does, you know, all round sort of thing. And despite the fact that I can use the iron sights on it, I still prefer to put on red dot sight on most of my weapons, just because I find that acquisition of targets is so much quicker and easier. And you might not think it, but if you play with and without a dot, just like one game with and without, you'll sort of notice that you do better with a red dot sight, just because you do acquire targets that much quicker. And in a game, you know, as fast paced as Black Ops 3, or in Call of Duty in general, like, being able to acquire a target and start shooting on target before your opponent, even if it's just like a second or a millisecond beforehand, can make a big difference, especially when you factor in things like lag and stuff like that as well. Silencers. I don't know if I've talked too much about silencers. I know I've done like a generic overview of attachments and stuff in one of my very early gameplay commentaries for Black Ops 3. But for silencers in Black Ops 3 in general are different to how they are in other Call of Duty games. So in previous Call of Duty games, I think I remember talking about this, but I'll just recap it again. So in previous Call of Duty games, silencers would do like a set amount of reduction in terms of range and therefore damage. So basically, if you shot a target, say 10 meters away, you do X amount of damage. But with a silencer, the same amount of damage applied would only apply from, say, the 9. So not the 9. So say from the 7 meter range. Oh wait, flip that round. So basically, wait, hang on, is that right? So basically, the weapon would just have less range, so the maximum damage wouldn't occur until you know, you were a lot closer to the target. So yeah, so what I said was right. So whereas previously without silencer, a weapon would have done the maximum damage at 10 meters. With a silencer, for example, it would do it at 7 meters. I don't know the exact numbers. I think each weapon category has its own like different set value. I know that light machine guns in this game suffer so badly from damage reduction from the silencers. I think it's something like 10% or something absurd like that. Whereas Weapons which are designed to be used in close quarters, such as things like SMGs, don't suffer as badly. So whereas in previous games it would have been let's see, look, the rate of fire on the Matador let me down there, and probably the silencer as well. I did tag him the first time, and then I challenged him, and I probably should have got that kill, to be fair, but he had an SMG, I had a man of war, and I had silencer, and it just goes to show that rate of fire in this game, and depending on the weapon, can also make a difference. Anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, so in previous Call of Duty games, it was sort of like if you were good enough to use a silencer, then you could use it on pretty much any weapon, because the damage would be reduced by a set amount, say, I don't know, 30% or whatever it is. Which is kind of manageable, but in this game every category has its own limits, so I think even within the categories themselves, weapons can have different values. I know that the certain assault rifles have bigger reduction than others, and then I know that for things like snipers, I don't think you get a reduction in damage or range, but you get a reduction in like the number of one-hit kills you can get. So I think it reduced the number of not hit markers. It'll reduce the number of parts of the body where you can get a one-hit kill. Oh, I was going on a nice little streak there with the war machine. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not an expert on this by any means, but there are websites and stuff out there that you can read upon that will tell you the exact values for each of these weapons, and it's actually quite interesting to read, because as I said, LMGs, I didn't think they were that bad. I mean, they felt weak when I had the silencer on, but I didn't realize it was so bad. And so, as I said, LMGs get cut down to 10% of what your original shooting distance would have been. 10%. That's a huge reduction. So I don't use silencers on LMGs anymore, because it's just not worth it. Whereas in the past I probably would have done, just because I use my LMGs sort of like an anti-air class, and when you're shooting down like aeroplanes and stuff, you kind of don't want to be on the radar, so you use a silencer, and that mitigates that. But in this game I have to go without it, because as I said, the range reduction is just so bad. I don't know if they plan to change it or not, but I hope they do, because as I said, it's one of those sort of things. But then on the flip side, I mean, you do still get the benefits of staying off radar and things like that, but you just have to work out whether it's worth the trade-off, because as I said, damage reduction is quite severe in some cases. I'm not too sure how they work on shotguns. I haven't read too much into that, mainly because I don't really use the shotguns, because the shotguns in this game are shit. Or at least they were when I last used them. I don't know if they've been buffed or anything recently. Already talked about snipers, already talked about ARs, SMGs. I think pistols, probably in the same boat as SMGs, I'm not too sure. I never really put attachments on my pistols, because I bring just a pistol on its own as a backup weapon in case I need to pistol swap. I don't put any attachments on it, I don't use it as a primary or anything like that, so I don't really know too much about damage reductions and stuff in terms of attachments. This guy just runs right above my head, but I managed to get him with a hip fire. So here, me and this dude we're just running back and forth, but I have the war machine, so I eventually nail him, but I do waste pretty much all my ammo. But I mean, I guess it's coming to the end of the game anyway, so you might as well use it. And I did get a couple of kills there, so it wasn't a total waste. Yeah, so pretty much coming to the end of the video now, so there's no point starting a new topic. But as I said, it's very interesting to find out. As I said, different attachments will do different things to your weapons, and as I said, even in the categories themselves, they can do different things amongst different, just different guns within the same category. So if you've got like a spare 5 minutes, whatever, just have a quick look online, or if you're not fussed, then obviously I'll update you as I get more information. But so yeah, 4th commentary in a row. I'm going to try and make it 5 next week. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. If you've got any thoughts you want to share about the silencers with me, then drop a comment in the box below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I am starting to use it a bit more regularly now, so you can reach me at sir_Alan_. As always, I'll leave the medals to roll out to the end, so you can see how well I did, or not, depending on your view on my performance in that game. As I said, it's still quite an early game, so I'm not going to be massively fantastic, but I think I did pretty well considering. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care, and I'll see you later.